What's up?
That was very soothing.
Wasn't
music.
it? Well, like,
Wonderful.
I am so prepared for this.
I feel great.
So we've replaced Kevin. Instead of bringing on a guest, we're just like, okay, so
Let's just get a new Kevin. And his
got a new Kevin.
I'm
We've
Kevin.
named him Matt.
I am now Kevin.
So that was, we don't know where Kevin is. Where's
Well,
Kevin?
this is kind of the inner. This is the inner Kevin now coming out. This is who Kevin wished he were if he could be a black man. This is who we would want to be.
Y'all, we just got a thing that said, congratulations, you've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. How did that even...
It's today. So from your prior live.
Well, then we're already winning? Is that what it is? We
we can just call it a day now.
So we're done. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for coming. This was super.
It's been great.
Kevin.
This has been wonderful.
Thank you, Invisible Kevin.
Kevin! We found him.
He made it.
I made it.
I love your name.
Kevin is late, but here.
And with
What are you
wine.
drinking?
And
Is
now
that apple juice?
And now we know why you're late, because you were getting yourself a drink.
It's a combination. No, actually, I had this
My internet's not working.
I'm gonna ask. Can we do this? Can we go back to the beginning so Kevin can do his thing?
No, we can't. We're already too awesome. We've already gotten an award. Hang on, let me put it up there again.
Yeah.
Award.
Yeah. So that was all before you were here.
That was before you were even here.
Yeah.
So is that like the 0.1% award, or is that like the?
No, this is a legit award.
Oh, let's super. Okay.
I mean,
Don't
I assume
question
you're gonna
it.
get more. So
Okay, well look. I had something planned out here. If you guys aren't going to get to the regularly scheduled program, then I'm gonna need to reprogram the program real quick. Okay, guys?
I feel like you need to ask people permission now since you were behind. So friends in the chat, should Kevin get to do his thing? I don't know. Should we let him or should we punish him? And he sits in that square. Okay,
Thomas wants to know if you're drinking Juju's apple juice.
It is Juju juice. Because let me tell you, the reason why things happen today is because of Juju, so we'll call it Juju juice. Absolutely. Oh, by the way, you're gonna hear a ding. That's the chicken and fries that I need to get ready for said Juju. So, cheers, guys. Cheers.
I like that people are calling you out for being late.
They really are. Like,
hey, Chelsea doesn't even hear the whole time last time. Okay.
Listen, Kevin, we can discuss that later. Okay. Isn't it time
matters.
for you to do your introduction?
Anyway,
we have a whole other person here.
Time for the so let's go back. Okay. So if this was like the beginning of the show.
If you were on time.
Just imagine a world where Kevin showed up on time.
Nothing happened, guys. Nothing happened. So let me do the thing that I do the thing. Okay, real quick.
Travis said you missed the moment, so you can't do it.
That's true.
I just remade the moment. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Snark Squad show. You're here because you know Fridays are for fun and laughs. And if you believe like I do that they should rename every weekday to Friday, we all just need to chillax and laugh a little more, then you're in good company with the Snark Squad. Our goal with this show is to cover relevant topics with our snarky wit and candor, as you can tell here. We prep nothing, as you can tell. We know very little, as you can tell, but we do talk a lot and have a lot of fun. And we love to interact with our community as you guys are doing with us now. So we appreciate you. All right. Today's guest is a father and a founder. He's your favorite parent's coach, favorite parent coach. He's blended a dearth of knowledge and education, sitting on multiple boards of several nonprofits, including college and pre-K, which lead education reforms while creating synergies between them with storytelling here on LinkedIn, which has really helped him get his point across, which is the foundational problem within education is the lack of self-directed learners.
Preach.
But this is the Snark Squad. So you need to know that he meets our requirements to be on stage here. So here are Matt's 3 top snarky posts. Okay, now real quick, let me just say, okay, before I get into these snarky posts, okay, I'm just getting into snarky posts. I was getting okay. Number one snarky post. The opposite of love is not hate, but indifference. What's the opposite of school? If it's school, then it's hate. Next. Okay. Just got off the phone with a parent of a 9-year-old girl. Both are at their wits' end. Mom is now riding 2 horses. Giddy up. Giddy up. And 3, I'm weird. Me too, Matt. I'll admit it. My perspective on education is shaped by a recognition that normal is broken in American schools, so I choose to be weird. And weird actually works for most kids. Matt Boyd!
I can tell you I've never had an introduction like that.
Did you know he was going to do that?
Me?
Yeah.
Did I'm just meeting this brother for the first time.
We are literally talking to each other for the first time right now.
I feel like you're my brother from another mother. That's right.
So he did this to Ariel last week, and he did it to Chelsea and I the first week that we did this.
Out of nowhere. It was a shenanigan.
It was
and a half.
It was a shenanigan.
My face hurts from all the smiling already.
Well, Matt, pleasure to meet you.
You too, Kevin.
You are a funny dude, let me say. I love your wit, candor, and humor. You are, when I thought of next guest, thank God it's a male. Thank you, Matt. I
didn't choose that. It just
100%. Not you. Weren't there when things happened. No story.
Thank
Anyways,
goodness.
True story. But so pleasure to meet you.
You too.
Absolutely. So what are we doing today, guys?
I don't even know.
Unwanted wisdom, like what you kind of just dropped there.
Hey, that's an
Jacob
interesting
wants us
dude.
to spin the wheel.
Thank you, Jacob. You are like my favorite person because you know someone. I'm not going to name who. I'm not holding a grudge, but someone voted against the wheel.
I saw that.
I've never felt so betrayed.
I feel like you should call them out.
No.
Because it's Snark Squad and that's what we do.
They left a thoughtful comment about why. So I get it. And then Kevin, like low-key, he voted for it. But then he's like, I'm with you, man.
You saw that?
Kevin!
I gift a betrayal gift back at you.
I feel like before we start that, I should tell the story of when I invited Matt to be on the show.
Please do.
Yeah,
please.
So I was talking with Matt about something else, and we were like, we need a guest for the Snark Squad. I was like, y'all, I know someone. I know the perfect guy. He's ridiculous. I'll invite him. You're like, okay, great. So what do? I message Matt, and I'm like, hey, you should come and do this with us because it's a lot of fun, and you're snarky and whatever. And his response was, well, I'm really busy. So when is it? And what time is it? And can I have my people call your people to see if maybe we can work something out?
Hold up.
I just don't know.
Nah, she's making stuff up.
Matt, do you have a VA?
I don't get the question.
A virtual
assistant?
Oh, a virtual VA. I thought you said a BA. No, I don't. Do I need to get one?
Yes, because you're so busy and important.
Oh my goodness.
Well, usually whenever somebody in this platform is like, I'll have my people talk to your people, it's usually just a VA.
Well, that's why she's
Ariel,
making stuff up.
That is appropriate.
Talk about Chelsea's hair.
Yes. You may talk about, right?
It's the new topic of the show. Let's discuss.
Talk about Chelsea's hair. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, you were defending yourself. What was that now?
I was trying to. I don't think I'm going to bother. It's all good though. I'm glad
it's true.
Yeah, no point. I'm glad to be here though. I even dressed up.
We are
for the
glad
occasion.
you're here.
Yeah.
You took off your hat and everything.
I did. Some days my hair.
Some days best.
Curled my hair, the whole thing. Yeah, I'm good.
So we made Matt take off his hat, but then Kevin shows up in his.
But Kevin's hat is fancy and Matt's hat was crooked. So
I didn't
like
is going to lose his and then put it back on.
Whichever. Doesn't matter. Either way.
With you, brother.
You're like so ready.
Either way.
Where do you store these things? Like,
what
else can you pull from out of the abyss? I can reach nothing and pull it
Do you
in.
need me to talk in the mic?
This came from the
Hello, everybody. I mean, what do you want? Whatever.
Marker.
Look, Ariel was like, when you asked me to guest, I was like, yes, I didn't even know when, where, what, and how. See, that's the appropriate
That's the vibe,
Matt.
That is the vibe.
We just dropped the link of the location. She was like, there.
See, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Any of you guys have teenagers?
No.
Yeah,
I have an 11-year-old who counts.
That doesn't count. Nope.
Totally counts.
Wait until it turns 13. She turns 13 and she's going to bust loose. I've got 3. in the house. So when I say I'm busy, it's because I'm constantly fighting. Like I'm playing zone defense. I'm outnumbered, right?
Yeah.
So right now I heard a crash, so I'm pretty sure they broke out. They broke out of the window, and they're who knows where they are. So
and you don't have Bill Belichick as an advisor. Like you're figuring it out as you go. Like you have no idea.
That is why I help parents, because I learned how to keep your children locked in closets for a long period of time without any complaints. But then I come on a show like this because Chelsea twists my arm, and now my kids are probably running down the street.
So technically,
Vicky, we're all wondering that.
We don't know, Vicky.
Just a little wrong. Right now, I have a 3-year-old that because dad is busy, he keeps jumping on this 5-foot thing and wants to and he looks at me and he's like, I'm gonna jump, and I'm like, okay, broken leg. So I'm thinking should I talk here or should I tell him to stop? Okay.
Well, hold on. Is he carrying scissors?
Yeah, that's
still deal breaker.
Okay, right? Speaking as someone with a background in child development, a healthy space of risk is important. So if it's safe risk, then it's good for him to be involved in that.
That's true.
There you go. That's your nugget.
You think by letting him jump, I'm letting him show his curiosity. I'm allowing him to really
he's learning. He will learn what not to do the next time. He will experience risk. That is important.
There's no way he can learn not to jump off a 5-foot thing and break his arm without jumping off the 5 and breaking his arm.
And just that is science. Break his head.
Or that.
Keep the windows closed, though. That's one of the things I would.
The thing about that is I learned a long time ago that smart people learn from their experiences, and then smarter people learn from smarter people's experiences. So I would just hope that I'd be like, son, don't. Your leg will break. But they're 3.
I see none of that working.
We'll just
wait. Nathan, who is a member of the LI police? Which one of you?
I'm a invited member, not accepted.
No. None of you can be. We can't be friends if you are a member of the LinkedIn. Please think that's
Vicky. There are pillows all over my floor, Vicky. This is what happens at all times. So basically, my floor is just like pillows because this is anywhere. We have
healthy risk.
Somehow he learned how to climb his 6-foot dresser. And then he'll be like, Daddy, Daddy. And I'll be thinking, ooh, my son's got his foot caught in something. No. He's on the edge, ready to jump. And he just wants Daddy to see the fall.
Yes.
He's sadistic.
That's good. No,
but on the upside, with the pillows all over, you can take a nap anywhere. True. So, advantages.
That's right.
This is like last time's topic, kids. We should just talk about kids all the time because they're crazy.
I think we could just slide right into unwanted advice, because Matt and I were giving Kevin unwanted advice about safe risk and your child and why you should let him jump off the 6-foot dresser.
Honest, I don't want your advice. Okay, it's unsolicited. Okay, unsolicited.
That has never stopped me before.
When I used to be a door-to-door salesman, they used to put this sign on the doors that said no solicitation. Yeah. It said no solicitation. Yeah. So I would walk in the door and I'd say, hey, I saw your no smoking sign and I don't smoke. So cool. Well, I hear you, Matt. I hear you.
You're in for a fun ride. You got 2 boys?
Oh, shit. Whoops. Can we say that?
We can't. You did. No.
It wasn't me.
I have one crazy 3-year-old, and then my wife is 19 weeks pregnant.
Oh, fantastic.
With what we'll find out next week. Well, technically, actually, that's not true. Technically, my wife knows. It's a long story. Anyway, I'm going to find out next week.
Find out.
Jacob came for advice. So
let's give Jacob some advice.
Who's gotten the most recent unsolicited advice?
There you go.
Matt gives me unsolicited advice all the time. That's not true. I call Matt and I'm going to jump off the cliff if you don't help me figure out what to do with my children.
I talk her down. Just like the police shows that you see. Yep.
Well, can I just give you more? Can I just give you more complexity? Right now he just took off his clothes and he's butt naked running around my place.
Keep him off camera.
Well, and you can't. The camera doesn't. You don't see below my waist.
Thankfully.
Okay. Okay, because
I don't wear pants. Do you?
No. What is happening?
Why? I know
why is that happening?
That is an unwelcome wisdom. I'm putting
that
it in that category.
Unsolicited information.
That scared me. That scared me for just a fraction of a second.
Like, oh God, this is my stream, y'all. Can we just make sure that we all have the appropriate attire?
Always.
Hey, can I respond to Sandy real quick?
Yes, please.
So she's talking about now. Okay, so you're a young dad. Do people? He's distracted. But I wonder, do people give more unsolicited advice to the young dad or to the young mom? What do you guys think?
So I have a silly story actually, because I always have.
Of course we do. Yeah.
So me and my wife were at the mall, at the playground mall thing, like the playground, the thingy, and
like the mall at the playground at the mall, like the mall, yeah.
And so I was just like doing like the regular Kevin thing, and I play with my son all the time. I love it. I'm the biggest, as you can see, goofball, and I love doing that. And so I'm doing my goofball thing at this little playground. There's a little slide, and I go down the slide with him. And as soon as I hit the bottom, my feet touch the ground. She's like trying to like help me up. And she's like, "Hey, just want to give you some advice." And I was like, "Oh, please do, because this is where I go to get my children's advice. So please." And she's like, "Hey, I don't know if you know, but kids don't like when you play that rough with them." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, what do kids like?" And she was like, "Oh, well, kids like to be nurtured. They like to be held. They like to be loved. I'd bet." And she's like, "I'd bet." And she looks over, "Is that your wife?" I was like, "Oh, that beautiful woman right there? Yeah, that's my lady." And she's like, "I'd bet she knows how to play with them." And then my wife, being a smartass, is, "I do." Look, when people are out, so at the playground, like out with their kids, and they're just, doing their thing, think of it like this. Think that there's been a lot of times where you weren't there and they bonded. So they play with each other the way that they like to play with each other. People. All right. Sorry.
You feel better?
That was the most recent. That was right before the pandemic closed everything down. So I remember that very well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I call those Cindy. They're Cindy's.
So I sense that people are trying to help, right? But they don't understand the context. And so they just jump right in with a very quick judgment call. But I do sense, though, that and someone actually mentioned this, that the single dads, people tend to rush, or even dads generally rush to the dad to say, with the assumption that you don't know what you're doing. That's how I felt that, when I was with my kids when they were young. But anyway, but the unsolicited advice, you got to deal with it because it comes from all sides at all times. And if anybody wants unsolicited advice from me, I'm happy to give it.
Is there like a hotline they can call?
Actually, we do have a number. People call with questions, and they can schedule Zoom calls through our website as well.
I did that.
Yeah.
But to bring it to where we're at, though, at LinkedIn, funny story, not funny. Matt, have you ever gotten solicited? So have you ever written up, have you ever written up something on LinkedIn, and then, maybe a day, 2 days later, somebody responded to you in the DMs and told you how you should have written it or how you should have come across?
Oh, I dare them to do that. No.
You've never gotten that?
You've never had that? Oh my God, I get that all the time.
No, I would crush that pretty heavy if
that's 50%.
I'm right. So I don't know if for you guys, but I write for me. I'm writing like I'm looking in the mirror, and if other people like it, fantastic. But I'm not trying to sell people on an idea. I'm trying to just communicate what I believe and let people figure it out.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And Romania sounds a lot like America, Anna Maria, because that happens here all the time, just to tell you.
So much.
Yeah.
And it's not elderly citizens. It's just like regular, just everyday people.
I found when my kids were really tiny, though, the elderly were like the most like following me around a store, telling me what to do with my life. And it was not okay.
Look, Sandy says, the best phrase I have ever learned is, would you like to know what I think? It has preserved relationships I care about.
I mean,
give them the chance to say so.
Yes. So here's actually, and so I think Sandy's the one that mentioned about the unsolicited advice. Usually when people, after a while, like after this started happening, I came up with a plan of how I would deal with that, right? So it really came from the plan of what I was trying to build with my son. And so when people would say, hey, you know, you really shouldn't do X, Y, or Z, I'd say, yeah, but here's what I'm planning. Here's why I am doing this. I am trying to prepare him for X, Y, and Z. And they usually they usually quietly kind of slink back into the shadows. And I don't hear from those unsolicited advice givers anymore. So I think once you have a plan of what it is you're trying to actually do, you can actually defend yourself a little bit better from the unsolicited advice that you don't want.
This is true. People, you want to come against me on like parenting, schooling, education, I will take you on. But if you like come into my DMs and we're like, you had gum in your mouth for your last video, and I feel like that's just, you shouldn't do that. I'm like, why? I mean, I was holding my phone in my car. Like, this is not a professional photo shoot. Okay. So, and I had gum in my mouth and I wasn't chewing it. It was just in my mouth. And then I get DMs like, you shouldn't do that. Not like maybe you shouldn't, or I don't think you might, or it's probably not good. It's like, do not do this. I'm like, what was your name again? What was that?
Have we met before? Do you think I'm a professional with standards to uphold?
In my car with my phone, okay, as I shoot my video with my red face like an alien.
I literally had this happen 2.5 weeks ago. I don't know if y'all saw. I posted a video. It was on purpose of me talking in the dark.
Yes.
And it was on purpose, right? It was just to like, hey, don't take yourself too seriously. Like, it just, you know, if your content is good, it doesn't matter where you film it. So I did it in the dark. I swear to God. A woman, I'm going to be nice. A woman that we know DM'd me and said that she couldn't see my face.
It's kind of the point, isn't it?
That's the idea.
She was so serious. So I answered her back seriously. That didn't go over so well. That didn't. But hey, you give the unsolicited advice. Be okay with taking it back. That's all. That's all.
Have a plan.
Yeah.
Have a plan.
I get unsolicited advice for my content because, you know, I usually just kind of press record and post. Yeah, right. Seriously, Chelsea. Seriously. Thanks, Adam. Thanks for calling that out. But yeah. Jennifer, what about you? I know you got to get unsolicited advice.
Guys, so LinkedIn, I did the dramatic reading last week about the grammar police, because the grammar police is absolutely who hits me up the most often. Like, do you know how to spell? No.
No area.
You know how to use an Oxford comma? I don't know what that is. The craziest ones that I get, honestly, though, like YouTube is where.
Yeah.
I opened it up to my filtered comments to see if any like juicy ones came in, because of course they did. I don't even know if I can like say the most unsolicited advice that's in there. Like, I don't think it's safe for work. Chelsea, is it okay on here?
Is it safe for my stream? Just you know, hum the parts.
There's no vulgarity, but it's an insinuation.
I mean, what could go wrong?
So the comment that I got today, you can't go to my channel and see it because it's filtered. Not gonna lie, you really sound like you suck in the. I'm talking about coworker relations in this video.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is going on?
I'm not that kind of person on the internet. There's no thirst traps. There's no hey, like that's none. Why does that matter?
Everything's totally cool.
It might be true. I don't know. I'm making myself blush again.
Okay. Is there anybody in charge here? Is there anyone in charge?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
Wait, I mean,
this happens at least once or twice a show.
Of the three of us, who should be in charge? That's the real question.
In the comments, out of the three of us, who should be the one delegating what we should be, like getting us back on
top? Adult in this room.
I might suggest you add a fourth to that list.
I was going to say, you know what? I think the adult is normally our guest, actually. Weirdly.
I think so.
Weirdly.
You have used no large words, Matt. I have not heard you say curmudgeon, once.
I had high expectations coming in here.
I'm trying to hold back.
You didn't wear a T-Rex costume on our talk. You have not used one
I have
great
been
word
bombulating with anticipation, too.
I'm just holding back.
That was a good word.
Waiting for the right time.
Waiting. Wait, who's in charge again?
Delve into your juvenescence, Matt. What?
You write that down.
I want us to confabulate together, Matt. I want us to confabulate.
I've just learned some new stuff. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna put that right next to curmudgeon.
And I want what you're drinking. I think that's gonna help me a little bit.
It's Ariel says Matt is the adultiest adult here. I appreciate your use of the word adultiest. I really enjoy that.
I mean, he's got 3 teenagers. He does this all day. He's asleep. Yes. He has dreams about it.
In fact,
are you saying we represent the 3 teenagers?
I've got a son and 2 daughters. I've got a son.
So we're basically like reenacting your life right now.
That's right. You may not have the car. And
I don't like driving anyway.
We're not watching a video tonight.
How can you say that when I got the keys? And a passport. I can go anywhere.
Yeah, my son said the same thing. He's 18. He's like, Dad, look, I got a passport and I got keys. I'm out. Like, roll. You need to go ahead and roll, brother. I'm going to send him to your house, Kevin. Tell me where you live. He's coming to your house.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My cutoff is 17-year-olds and under. 17.
Oh, you could teach Juju something. I bet.
I mean, maybe he could babysit. There's an upside.
Yeah.
Really, there's benefit.
Actually, you're right. Send him my way.
Yeah. He does garden work. He does painting. He does dishes, cooks, grocery shops.
Does he know that you're soliciting his services, or
no? So this is an exchange. He gets free room and board. I don't have to do any of the work around the house. That's a simple exchange. You guys would take that, wouldn't you? You would take that.
100%.
Yeah.
So Chelsea, when we get our mansion, is this how we like arrange our butler situation?
Yes, yes. This is accurate. What's our next topic? I feel like we've only covered one out of like 15.
The 1%
I do have a PG. I have a PG.
Okay, more comments. Yes, unsolicited comments.
So, how many times do you think in my life I've been told that I talk too fast?
17,002.
Like a billion. And you guys, I get no lie. I get like at least 3 messages a day on LinkedIn. Like, you need to slow down because you're rude. And I'm like, what?
You're rude?
Apparently it's rude that I talk fast. And I'm like, this is me talking slow. So sorry, not sorry. I don't know what to do about it because like
I talk fast too, so I don't know how to help you on that.
There's just no solution.
Rude. How are you rude for talking fast?
So I know, I get it when it's like someone who English is not their first language, that I'm hard to understand. And on YouTube it happens. I'm like, slow down the video. It'll make it a lot easier on you.
Yeah.
But
I always speed them up. I watch everything at like 2 times speed.
Same. Honestly, if I talked as fast as my brain went, I would like not be comprehensible at all whatsoever.
No. Yeah. It's a problem.
So someone who commented that I speak too quickly, I actually went, you guys, I went all out because I had enough of it. And I was I was looking at research about speech speed. So like the average person talks at like 150 words per minute, and the average audiobook is 130. And Tony Robbins speaks at 200 words per minute. So he's like a fast talker, and no one's bitching about Tony Robbins.
But that's because people can understand and interpret 250 words.
But I talk at 210. So I'm 10 over Tony Robbins. Yeah, so I'm like, you are saying this because my lady voice annoys you. So I ran the numbers and I was like, and no one is telling Tony Robbins, so do with that what you will.
Well, I'm going to tell Tony next time I talk to him, slow down. I'm going to tell him Jennifer told me to do so.
Yep.
Or talk faster.
Or up your game. Watch Jennifer.
I tell people to listen faster. Like, if you don't like it, then listen faster.
This is the natural solution.
Right.
Is that the limit?
That's what I said.
Anyway. Sounds like a them problem and not a me problem.
That's how I feel about it. That's a you problem. So if you don't like it, listen faster or go talk to somebody else who talks slower.
Or just carry on. Because on LinkedIn, if you don't want to watch my video, if I am speaking too quickly.
Just scroll away. This is the motion.
So before.
Here, let me demonstrate. How easy that is. Here, I'll do it in slow motion. We know speed is an issue.
That must be a new feature. I haven't seen that one on LinkedIn yet, so I gotta check that out. You should post about that. You should create a course about that.
How to scroll?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
how to scroll properly. Mm-hmm.
If you don't like it,
just scroll.
It was Ariel talked about this last week. She had a whole post about like, if you don't like what you see,
got choices.
Yep. Unfollow, unconnect.
To that point, I feel like I do this every show now. I actually have one comment stream of unsolicited advice that I thought was really interesting.
Can I just respond? Because Denise said, but because I don't want to topic switch. So Denise said that she said something about she saw something about fast talkers being perceived as smarter. Actually, speaking fast is related to mental velocity, which is associated with IQ. Oh. So, I mean, we're just geniuses. And that's not our problem.
I will not apologize for my genius, okay? I will not apologize for it.
It's like, I don't want it to. Okay, there you go. Anyways.
Okay, carry on, Kevin.
Right. So about those gems, at least as long as we're not dropping golden nuggets, Tiffany. Anyways, so last week, I think it was last week, I made the 1% engagement post, right? Like I was making fun of it. I was making fun of the fact that I received 3 of these 1% engagement posts, and I was like, I was being incredibly facetious. And I could have thought, or I would have sworn that everybody could realize that I was being incredibly facetious.
Facetious. Did you hear that, Matt? That's a big word that I've not heard any from you. Please continue.
It's Kevin 1, all of us 0.
Facetious. Anyway.
Can you spell it? That's the question.
F-A-C-E-T-I-T-I-O-U-S. Yes, I can. 3rd grade spelling bee champion. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. Aspiring ESPN spelling bee champ. Anyways, true story. So here's what happened. Okay, so I put up the post about the 1%. Total joke. Don't care. Don't need the dopamine hits. LinkedIn. Trust me, I'm a recruiter. I'm sourcing on your platform 5 hours a day. You don't need me on there anymore. So here's the comment I got back. Well, that was very quote unquote inspirational in a narcissistic sort of way. What's all this dopamine hit crapola? Well, if you're on LinkedIn that much each day, Kevin, you may want to get some counseling or therapy because you may be one of those described in the DSM, and I know what the DSM is because my wife's a social worker guy, as having an internet addiction. That is someone with no life. Think about that, won't you, Kevin? Kevin was like, let me think about it. Thought about it. Here's what I said. LOL, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. I think that's the nicest thing anyone said to me in a while, to be honest. Well, my job is in recruitment. So my job is to constantly be on LinkedIn. Beyond that, no need for explanation there. I appreciate you caring so much about my well-being. And that's why I show up on this platform 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Think about that, won't you? He did. And then he wrote back one more time. Kevin Logan Jr. Exclamation. Now he's mad. I'm giving it some thought. Oh, he pre-planned. And I have expressed my impression of your situation in my prior comment, so I don't need to do this again, but I will. Thank you. I am not persuaded that I am not spot on. I'm even more convinced of your trouble by your cavalier attitude. And he ain't talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers, let me tell you. Moreover, I am not concerned for your well-being, sir. Not at all. It is your baby. You must rock it. What?
What does that even?
I don't
what
know.
Does that mean?
I'm so confused at the end.
They're talking about my baby Juju.
The end doesn't make any sense.
So. Oh, I think
the
he
end
was just
went off the rails somewhere.
He just wavelengths, So anyway,
just for fun, should we bring you through the psychopathy checklist? In case.
I don't know. That would probably not lie. You gotta give him a chance to edit that.
Off tangent. Like, yes, super off tangent. Exactly.
That is. I understand it on other platforms.
You made the right choice. I just want you to know.
Right? Today it was a choice between saving the world, getting groceries, and participating in Snark Squad. So I decided to do it all.
Cheers. Cheers, B-Love. Cheers.
She says,
should we spin the wheel?
We have not spun the wheel yet.
We haven't?
We should, though.
Do you have the link?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. I don't know how to show things on my screen.
Why don't you share your screen?
How would I do such a thing?
Well, you click the button that says share your screen.
This seems very complicated for me.
Does it? It's fine.
We don't do good with technology, guys. We're talkers.
Look. See? Oh.
There we go.
There we go.
Right there.
All right, are you guys ready for it?
Let's do it. Spin that wheel.
Oh, look, we keep popping, like we can go in weird places.
Share and shame, friends. Share and shame.
I started and I won number one. So your guys' turn. Share and shame. Let's go.
What's happening?
I don't
know. Not all at once, guys.
I don't know. I think share and shame is really a category that I made reserved for Kevin because he likes to confess his sins here.
Okay, since I just shared and shamed, I don't shame by naming. I just shame by you shaming yourself. So
should we spin it again?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Let's spin it again.
It's just gonna, like last week, it just keeps on coming up and up and up. We'll see.
Oh, Ariel, that's Twitch. People are watching from Twitch. That's what that is.
I don't know why this is broken. Let's go with let us laugh.
Are you just gonna make up your own?
I am, because it just landed on the same thing.
Can someone explain
charge of this?
Yes, can someone explain to me, because I'm not sure what share and shame actually means.
Yeah.
Does that mean something I am sharing that's just shameful to me, or am I trying to share and then shame one of you guys or someone else?
Kevin just likes to shame himself over and over a lot. He just likes to tell self-deprecating stories.
I see.
Our first thing was like, basically we realized that Kevin is the worst of us. I am like in between.
Yeah.
And then Chelsea's like the good one.
Oh my goodness. Me. The bar is low.
Or Kevin's the most honest and transparent, and then there's those two. Whichever.
I'll go with that one.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So share and shame, is that where we are? Or are we doing something else? What's the story?
Okay. How about, have you ever given anyone unsolicited advice on LinkedIn?
Have I?
Anyone?
All day, every day. I feel like Matt's answer is all day, every day. All day, every day.
Honestly, no. I don't give advice as much as I ask people if they want to hear what I believe. And so I tell you what I believe.
Quality questions. Right? You ask quality questions.
I don't know. Do I? There's a question right there, by the way.
I feel like, I see what you did.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Wait, Jacob, is that because I'm all sticky? Wait, what is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? Is it because I'm nutty? Wait, is it the creamy or nutty? Wait, what? Hold on. I need to know. What does that mean? Jacob, are you?
Oh my God, Mindy's comment.
I just Jewish mother the crap.
You so skinny. Is that the Jewish mother comment too? Like. That's fantastic.
Oh, now I'm gonna be singing that song. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? There you go. See, now it's all day long. It's gonna be happening in my head.
It's our theme song now.
No, don't know that song. I read books. Yeah, I read books.
Well, I mean, I would know if you used any big words, but I don't believe you because I've heard zero big words come out of your mouth.
I'm a little stunned today. I'm kind of overwhelmed, and I don't have my normal.
With the awesomeness, is that what you're overwhelmed?
Well, I don't have my normal cup of coffee.
Yes, I recall your.
Hey kids.
Dad needs some coffee. Let's go.
Teenagers are coming. The teenagers are coming.
Want to go to college? Where's my coffee?
Well, I put a coffee in the freezer before the show, and they were supposed to bring it up so I could have my coffee at 4:30 or 3:45.
I'm only seeing the upside of having teenagers at this point in time.
I mean, I'm
Listen,
waiting.
There's no downside right now.
You gotta. Look. Here's unsolicited advice, Kevin, coming at you.
Please.
Either you put a ton of effort in on the front end, building and supporting, growing the kids you want, or you put a ton of effort in on the back end. That's it.
That's like a wisdom nugget right there. Like so much wisdom in.
I feel like we're adding too much value.
Sorry.
I really do. Matt, you are adding way too much value.
You're making us better people. That's not what this is about.
I'll dial it back.
So does that mean I need to like really like work on my son's education at 5? Because if not, at 25, he'll still be in front of me waiting for me to give him his education.
That's right.
It's about learning, and you don't have to give him his education. It's about guiding him to learning. That's a whole different, too much value. Okay.
So this is
it's not fun anymore.
It's a non-value time. Is that what?
This is non-value time.
There's no point in time.
We're feeling authenticity. Okay, we dealing like we're like middle ground. We're like somewhere in between.
Brittany says we could see the downside at her house. It's hilarious.
You're Gigi laughing.
He's like plotting what he's going to do to you in 10 years.
And he says to back off the values and up the snark. No more value, Matt. Do you see what's happening? You're bringing too much value to this platform.
Is Dilbert snarky enough? Is that snarky enough or no? Because
no, I don't think that's snarky at all.
How snarky does one need to be on this show? I'm out of my element without my coffee.
It depends on who asks.
Yeah.
According to Luke, none of us is snarky.
That's true.
Interesting. And what exactly is snarky? That's a word that I was just introduced to by Chelsea.
Like sarcasm / sassy. / sarcasm.
We're not like snarky mean so much as snarky funny. You know?
I see. So like when I started on the show, when I came on, I said, you ladies look great. You look like you've all got gussied up. And Chelsea said, I woke up like this. Is that kind of an example of
exactly?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting this now. I'm getting this.
Witty,
I mean, I just tell the truth. Okay. I just tell the truth as it comes. And sometimes it comes out sassy, but it's still the truth. So it's fine.
Got it. Okay. I think for the next 10 minutes, I think I can be snarkier.
Sweet.
Please, because I told them that you were one of the snarkiest people I know, and then here you are just.
When I saw y'all video when y'all two were doing y'all thing and you guys were going back and forth, snark.
All right, well let's mix it up then. So let me ask some questions. So I'm going to start with Kevin because he's got the young kids. So you've got a 3-year-old, you said.
There he is.
There's nothing snarkier than a 3-year-old.
Right? Crazy as ever. Oh so gosh.
What is I want to hear some of the things that you believe that 10 years from now you're going to say, I wish I didn't do that. Oh. What the things that you're going to go
that right there.
What? Just what?
I cursed too much in front of him. True story. That's okay. I'm like, I'll be like, excuse my language, juju shit, and then
you say that to him. You say
I do.
But in a year
that works. That works, by the way.
Does it? Because I'm like, I'll be like, look, he'll do something crazy, and I'll be like, I'll honestly, this is me. Forget it. I'll be like, excuse my language. What the f are you doing? Excuse my language. I'm so sorry.
So this is what you do, because this works every time. Just say, "Forget I said that," and they forget it every single time. Right. Or
does that work?
If you
can you use that on other people?
Is that like the adult with all due respect, where I can say anything I want after it?
You can also say, "Bless your heart," bless his little heart, and then you can insult somebody as much as you want. Yes, these are all things. These have been proven with research.
Okay.
I'm hoping I'm not adding too much value, by the way, but
you are. I mean, you've used the word research, so that obviously never happened here.
It's also pretend research. Is that
true? It's anecdotal.
That's fine. That works. Anecdotal.
All right.
You're killing it with the words today, Kevin. Like, what is that?
I can't keep up.
Hey, can I get Marcella Artoises? Artois? Then who's a good whatever. Whichever.
Yes.
Chelsea, I don't need that. Okay, I don't need that, Chelsea. I didn't go to a charter school. Okay, I went to like regular old public. In fact, I didn't even go to public school. I went to a.
Should we tell Kevin that charters are public schools, or just
don't mention it? Don't mention it.
Don't.
Most people don't want to hear that.
Kevin,
anyway.
Keep going.
I don't really understand what a charter school is.
It's a publicly funded school. That's we'll have too much value. We can't answer that question without adding value.
Okay. No, here's no value here.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
All right. Sorry.
Okay, so why doesn't LinkedIn let us laugh?
Okay, no. Seriously, what is good, LinkedIn? There's no way you haven't gotten 7,000 messages. LinkedIn help. You have got to be sick. So Matt, here's what's going on, Matt.
Yeah.
So there's a concerted effort on LinkedIn for us to get this. So when you got the like, you got the support, we want to laugh. We want to laugh because there's too many great posts. I mean, I was reading some of yours where I was like, I want to laugh, and I want Matt to know I'm laughing.
Here's what you do: write the laugh, like a picture of a laughing image on a piece of paper. Put it in a shoebox, stuff the shoebox full of $100 bills, and then mail it to my address, and I will get your laughter, and it's going to be the exact same thing as if it was on LinkedIn. That's an easier way. That's easier than trying to appeal to LinkedIn. Can you do that?
I will second that. If you want to laugh at my posts,
it's true. It's
going to the same place. That's true. Well,
mail it to my address, and that'll get us there. Yeah. I know, because LinkedIn it's all professional, right? It's been amazing.
I hate that word.
Is it?
I hate that word.
Hold on.
I hate it.
Go ahead.
Like I have said some things that if I were in a public setting, I know the response back would have been F you, and but in LinkedIn, it's like all real somber. It's like, wow, that's thoughtful. That's interesting. I never thought of it that way. And I'm like, well, wait, you didn't. I'm trying to mix it up with you. And so it bothers me a little bit that it's hard to mix it up sometimes, because there's like this kind of this pressure to stay kind of above the fray. So sometimes we need to mix it up, especially in education. And we need to get some get toe to toe on some of these things.
I don't know what professional means. I don't.
I hate that word. I hate it. I get all kinds of things that say you are not being professional. You are not being professional. You are not being professional. And I have a whole soapbox that I do not value that.
It's just a shaming tool. Any behavior that someone doesn't like, especially on LinkedIn, they're like, you're not being professional.
Define professional. Why isn't it dynamic?
Out there, and you don't want to see me doing it too, because you're scared of what? Your shadow, or what is it? What is it like? What is it about me not being scared of my shadow that makes you scared of yours?
Oh, I didn't hear the question.
Hang on, Matt, you need to read this comment. How much work did you put into those kids if you still can't get a drink?
Tiffany with the Snark Squad.
That's snarky, isn't it? That's snarky.
That's Snark right there.
Mindy gets the Snark Award. Yeah, they're out. They must have broken out. Like the crash, they must have broken out. So I don't know what to do. And then somebody talked about LinkedIn police. I want to report a crime. I have a LinkedIn crime. I'm serious.
Please tell. I am dying to know.
Well, I've sent messages to LinkedIn, and no one has said a thing to me. That's a crime. Right? Yeah. In my neighborhood, in my neighborhood, we have to go to the police office or police substation, knock on the door, and wait for them to open, and then we can report a crime. That's kind of how it works down here. And then, of course, they don't do anything. That's what it felt like when I was sending my stuff to LinkedIn. I'm like, hey, I've got some issues. And they don't. It's complete crickets. Is that just me? Because I almost threw the black card on them. Right? Because then I'll get a response. I'll get a response when I do that. Hey, are you not responding back because I'm black? I'm sure there's some algorithm that prioritizes that and makes sure they immediately respond.
In the phone matrix?
Right. So is it just me or is it other folks too? I want to know.
Well, I don't know, but I feel like a lot of us that have been like advocating for the laugh emoji have probably been blocked by LinkedIn Help in the last week. Because like they are not responding at all.
I'll get a response by tomorrow.
Profiles to check.
So you guys, if you're waiting on LinkedIn Help, just like tag Matt in, and then he'll come in.
I'll email him or I'll text him when I get done. I'll probably get a response. Actually, I'll probably get a response before this show is over. So let me go ahead and send him a quick note.
Straight up though, you probably will.
No, I'm not gonna use the black card on something like that. You got to reserve the black card until it really matters. Then you bring it out.
Pull that out. You know, it's like that MasterCard black card. Only pull it out when you need it.
When you need it. That's right. That's right. So.
Oh my gosh! Look at Michael's comment. Are you black?
Interesting.
Hey,
I'm trying to look at his picture to see if he is black, because it doesn't work as well if you're not. It comes off a little funny if you're not black.
His black card is made of steel, so he's good. He drops it anywhere. He's like,
oh man.
Oh my gosh, my face hurts. Like I cannot smile anymore.
I'm worried about my beard.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get blocked. If they happen to like catch even a minute of this talk here, they're gonna block us. 100%.
Stop tagging them.
100%.
All right.
Jacob says he tried to pull the block card.
It didn't work. Yeah, you got to be real careful, Jacob. I'm looking at your image. Yeah,
bro.
You wanna?
Yeah. Like he's smiling. Like you can't smile in your picture and pull. No. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
No.
Come on, Jacob.
Yeah. Well, okay. Again, am I meeting this again? I'm just trying to assess the Snark level.
You've upped it in the last 10 minutes. But hey, where is your coffee though? Like,
I just got a text back. Listen, I texted him.
You got a text?
Listen.
This is
they
like
are at the grocery store. I kid you not. They are getting groceries. So I stand vindicated. There's a big word. Vindicated that I've trained my kids. They chose to go to the grocery store than to get my coffee out of the fridge. I'll take that. I'll take that all day.
Oh God.
Oh, I'm dying. Okay. What's the downside of teenagers again?
Yeah. Right. Because honestly, I was like, sign me up to that because I am tired of getting my groceries.
Yes. The downside of teenagers. You got 13 years.
Do they follow lists too? Like if you put it on a list, they'll follow it? Or are they going off list?
They do what?
Are they going off list?
No.
Like are you giving them like a card and you're loading it with like $84.95 because you know with tax?
$84.95.
No. I gotta tell you, that's too much value. I could give you some value about like how this happened but I don't want to get dinged by the Snark police.
Somebody wants to know how many hats you have like in your reach, Kevin.
3, actually 3. I have this is a true story. I think I have 170 hats. So they're all over my house. Condo, not a house. Condo.
Oh, where did you get that?
Yeah. There we go.
I mean, we have 2 minutes left in the show, and you finally got your coffee.
It is Friday afternoon. They're back home. They're home from the grocery store.
Obviously.
I didn't even see anybody come to the door. Do you guys have like a teleportation? Like, how did that happen? Did they put it through the laundry chute? Do you have the laundry chute behind you?
That's again, I'm gonna have to give more value if I tell you how it happens. I don't want to do that.
There's like some complex beer delivery system that's rigged up.
Brittany clearly has teenagers.
Brittany has a teenager. Yeah.
Brittany definitely has teenagers.
She has a teenager.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do we need to wrap this shenanigan up on? What were we supposed to touch on that we can touch on in the last 2 minutes?
I don't think we touched on any. Anyways,
we did. Okay, only you, Kevin. You went a little crazy. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. We were like, we should talk about this, and Kevin's like, I have a story.
That's true. To be honest, though, let's keep it real. Is that any different than the last 3 shows? Is it 3 shows? Have we done 3 shows?
This is the third.
This is the third one.
This is the third.
Okay, so how about people of the chat? What do we snark about next week? Because we don't really know what we're doing here.
Oh, right. Yeah. Also that.
Will Juju stand in when Kevin ghosts us? I will leave you in suspense.
Yeah, when Kevin just doesn't show up because he's.
I'll be honest. All you're gonna get is a bunch of this dinosaur sound. So good luck.
I mean, is it that different?
That's a good point. 1 sec. Let's try. Nope. Yeah, that's pretty much me too. Good point there, Jennifer. Thanks.
that was Snark.
So next week, right before our live, I have my citizenship ceremony. So I'm showing up like full American.
What?
I hope they give me a flag.
Hold on.
I saw people with a little flag when I was there after their ceremony. So I'm like, you better give me a flag because that's
great.
Can you say flag one more time?
Flag.
I'll send you a Texas flag too.
Oh yeah, honor the Texas flag.
Yes,
carry
that in New York City, you'll get beat down probably.
Not gonna fit in well here.
Hey,
okay, someone says
congratulations.
We should snark on being late. We should snark on Canadians.
Yep,
we should snark on I don't know what else. I missed other things.
Thirst traps. I like thirst traps.
Oh, here we go. Thirst traps.
Actually, Adam Fitz has a favorite thirst trap layer. I won't call anyone out.
What?
Like a Martha Stewart style thirst trap.
Liking your own post.
Ariel says liking your own post.
I had a long conversation about that just the other day. Don't mind it at all, actually.
I do occasionally.
That's extremely unsnarky of you, Kevin.
I mean, who is gonna be if you're not your biggest cheerleader? I don't like my own post for the record. But if who else? Who else?
You know, if you don't love yourself, who will?
Your teenagers. Your teenagers they'll be your biggest fans. They will they'll want you to kiss them in public. Yeah. That's what you have in store for you, Kevin.
You're being facetious, right, Matt?
Maybe. Maybe. Or maybe it's the beer already kicking in.
The meter isn't I was gonna say we're still live, so the meter's still on. I know something when I hear it. Nice try.
Okay.
All right.
Does it?
All right.
Be loved?
Okay. Well,
okay, yes.
I do like comments with because otherwise they get buried. So I'm like, there needs more than one.
I do want to announce that coming soon, as a result of me and Sultan doing I don't know what, soon within this chat, there will be a prize given out for people that answer the question that will be happening inside our chat, of which you won't know where the question is when it comes. You'll just have to be paying attention and answer. And that's how you get the prize. That probably makes no sense. And that's the point.
I don't understand.
The only thing you just made less sense was that DM you read us earlier.
Perfect. Because I was confused too.
Hey, Matt, that was Snark.
I now know. If I could, can we start this over? Because I know now.
Oh yeah.
You have your beer. You know what Snark is. Now you're staged for success, but it's over.
I'm ready.
You're ready to be successful, but we're done. So
it's over.
Welcome to the show, guys. It's 1 o'clock. You're at this hour.
Oh, Thomas is correcting you to Sultan and I.
Oh, that's true. Thomas hitting us with a snark at the end of the show. Thanks, Thomas.
Okay, who is in charge of wrapping this shenanigan up?
Well, isn't it you? It's your show.
Hey,
I feel like
let's pretend we have our acts together.
Okay.
So next week,
I wouldn't have my hat on then.
This guy here will be the host.
Okay.
Did you tell Kevin that before you announced it?
I thought that.
Wait, me? Wait, are you talking to me?
I mean, I said it in the chat, but I don't know that he ever agreed to it.
I don't know. It's your turn.
Oh, I'm the host? Me?
Oh, yeah, you.
Oh, that's probably okay. Cool. Let's do it.
I'll do the images.
Probably not a good idea, but whatever.
So probably Kevin, but hey, stay tuned.
If y'all remember, when I started the show, I said we don't know what we're doing. We often don't have that great of information. So,
we don't know who our guest snark is. Check. We don't know where it's happening, but we do know it's happening Friday at 4.
We're kind of like anti-value. I mean, we're not like opposed to it. We're just anti it.
Yes. Check.
Yeah. The only value
opposed and anti, doesn't that mean like the same thing?
Okay.
Don't it?
So, but isn't our value like the fact that right now it's kind of hurt and maybe you have a slight ab workout from laughing?
So this is a wellness thing.
It's a wellness thing. Mental wellness, physical wellness, emotional wellness, self-care.
My stomach actually hurts. That's actually a good point. It's more
You're
like
gonna have
nausea.
abs.
It's more like nausea, though, actually. That's what you had in mind.
That was Snark.
That was Snark. You delivered on it.
I told you. I figured it out.
We wasted the first 45 minutes of this show.
I thought we were going to contribute something to the global good. I didn't realize.
We obviously were not doing that. Okay, so Matt, you're in charge of wrapping this show up. Now that you've got your Snark situation figured out, you are in charge of closing us out with the ultimate Snark-shinin.
Great. Happy to do so. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining the show today. Again, I want you to go and write a quick note of thanks to the guest today, special guest Matt Barnes. Put it in a box, fill that box with $100 bills, and then mail that box to my home address as soon as humanly possible. I have a beer budget. I have 3 teenagers at home.
We know someone who could get you shoes.
Hey, I don't know what that means.
I can definitely.
It's different. Just ignore her and continue. Just ignore her. You're doing a great job.
I think people were probably starting to write the note and getting the shoe boxes ready, but
they were reaching for the Nike box.
I'm sure it's got to be a big box and stuff that bad boy full.
Size 14s or bigger, please, guys.
That's right. So listen, that's been great though. This is fun. This is I kind of thought that I have a whole list of things I was going to share that was going to change humanity for the better. But
not today.
That's not so important.
Can I since we all haven't, or since we haven't actually met and we didn't pre-plan this and we didn't we're not joking, guys. Hey Matt, just all jokes aside, because at this point you're doing really good with the Snark. I don't know if you're being serious or not. Did you have any idea what was going to happen?
Zero. Yeah. Zero. Although, actually, strike that. I kind of thought, because it's LinkedIn and it's professional, and we've already defined what professional is, right? That there would be some, again,
that makes me
some improvement of society, some complicated conversation that helped people. Again, I work in education, help families, improve the kids.
There will be no sneakers.
Instead, we learn that dropping the F-bomb in front of your 3-year-old is actually okay.
Yeah.
As long as you say,
forget what I just said.
Exactly.
And you're fine. You're fine. You're golden. You're golden.
You know what's funny? All right, here's what's funny. The reason why I ask is because, look, at the beginning of our show, I could see Matt just sitting at his chair thinking,
what in the world's going on?
Yes.
You read that? You saw that on my face?
Dude, I swear that all jokes. I'm not joking, people, right now. And then halfway through, I was like, oh, he's got it. I could see when you were like, oh shit, they're being snarky.
That's because all my notes I just went and did like this. Got no use for that.
Time out. I'm so sorry. Was there any note that you can actually tell us that you wrote down?
No.
That you got a value? Okay.
No. But
if you got one note of value, that is so much to me. That means so much. Oh God.
I made no promises and gave no descriptions. I just said,
awesome.
"Hey, Matt, come and do this." And he talked about how busy and how important he was. And then he ended up showing up. So
I like you way more now, Matt. So there you go.
I did get juvenescence. I wrote it down right here. So
I stole that from Schitt's Creek. That's Moira Rose, is it? Moira Rose?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Dude, I barely know. I know.
Yeah. Is it in a book? Is that a story?
Might as well be. It's on Netflix. It's a Canadian show.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Are we done then?
I think it's an app, and I think when you do it, you're supposed to be chilling, but I don't do that. So
I'm kind of a Blockbuster guy personally.
Oh, me and you both. I literally still have my Blockbuster. I have my Blockbuster card still.
I mean, Matt and I had a whole conversation about Blockbuster and dinosaurs. You should check it out on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that was gold.
True. I did see that.
That was gold.
So
okay, then we're done.
Okay,
yeah, we've experienced the whole thing.
Elsie's like over it. She's like, I'm out. She's just gonna close this down.
Matt, it was an absolute pleasure to meet you. Let me say,
you too, brother.
You are fun. Let's keep this going. I would love to have you back, so that the whole time that you know what's going on,
I'm Snarky. Got it.
Because I love your
we got to have you back for a round 2 because Kevin is spinning it that we really loved how it ended, but I'd like to point out that it also means we were disappointed with how it started. So we want to give you a chance to recover from that.
I can do better. Yeah, I can be snarky. Now that I know what that means. Yes. Snarky is,
and who knows? Maybe next time Kevin will show up on time.
Yes, and I won't be professional either. Again, we don't know what's happening anymore.
It's Julius's fault.
Blame the child. Okay, friends. We are closing it all up, and we'll see you on Kevin's stream next week. Okay, friends.